Hi my friends, it's Mark here again, and I'm in my kitchen and I've got a wonderful Chinese food treat for you. The classic sweet and sour chicken. Now I'm going to do a sweet and sour fish at the same time, so check the link at the back of this video. It's got no MSG, all natural products, so let's go and do this sweet and sour chicken. Here's our ingredients for our sweet and sour dish, and I've got some rice wine vinegar here. You could use white wine vinegar, but I really prefer rice wine vinegar. I've got some fish stock here, but you could use chicken or vegetable. I've got some plain flour, some corn flour, some celery, onions, garlic, green onions or shallots, pineapple, carrot, soy sauce, some ketchup or tomato sauce, and some onion tops. I've also got some bicarb soda here. And for the fish version, I've got 2 fillets of white flesh fish, and for our chicken version I've got 2 breasts of cubed chicken breast here. And for the full recipe and the ingredients, check the link in the description box below. So the first step is I'm going to make some batter for our chicken and our fish, and I've got some corn flour here, an equal amount of corn flour and plain flour, and the reason I use both is that the corn flour gives it a lightness and the plain flour really helps it stick to the meat. So I'm going to use both, and I've got a teaspoon of bicarb of soda there, which just gives it an extra bit of lightness to the batter as well. So I'm just going to mix that in, and I'm just going to add some very cold water. And you want to keep this batter cold. So the reason I want to keep this really cold is because when we put the battered fish or the chicken into the hot oil in the wok, it will give it a really light, crisp batter. So the next thing we're going to do is make our sweet and sour sauce, and I've got our stock here, which I'm just going to add to our saucepan. And I've got my rice wine vinegar here. You could use white wine vinegar, but much better tasting, I think, with the rice wine vinegar. And we're just going to let that come up to a boil, and we're going to melt our half a cup of sugar in there, brown sugar. And this we're going to wait till it comes up, and then we'll add our other ingredients. So now that we've got this is all boiling and all the sugars are dissolved, I'm just going to add my ketchup, which we're going to add quickly, and we're going to add our soy sauce, about 2 teaspoons of that, and we're going to add our cornstarch, and with a little bit of water just dissolve so that it'll thicken up. Now if you like a really thick sauce, you can add more corn flour or less corn flour for a thinner sauce. And we'll just let that thicken up, and that should just take only a couple of minutes, and we've finished our sweet and sour sauce. And now this sauce will just, once it just comes up to a simmer again, I'll turn the heat off this, and that's finished. So I've just taken this batter out of the fridge, and I've got my soy sauce, which I'm just going to add now, which I forgot to add before, and I'm going to mix that through, and we're just going to deep fry our meat right now. So one way you can tell how hot your oil is, or whether if you stick a skewer, a wooden skewer, into the oil, and if it starts to bubble, you can see it start bubbling now, it's probably hot enough to start cooking. So I'm just going to get my chicken in right now. So as you can see, the batter that I've just tested is now bubbling away nicely there. So I'm going to cook this chicken in there for a couple of minutes on each side and deep fry this. And we'll just get it all in there. So now that it looks like it's cooked on one side, I'm just going to turn these over and let them cook on the other side. So these have been on about 1.5 minutes on either side, and I'm just going to take the chicken out now, and we'll stir fry our vegetables. I'm just going to stir fry my vegetables now. I'm just going to add my garlic, and we now will The reason you want to add your garlic, you want to get this nutty flavour in the garlic. You're seeing it's starting to brown up now. We just got the onions and carrots and celery and green onions or shallots, whichever you call them in your country. So I'm just going to add my pineapple now and give that a quick stir fry, and this has been on for a couple of minutes, and you just want to get some of the just for the vegetables to start to sweat, and as you can see they're sweating a bit and they're starting to perspire to be a more elegant term. So now we're putting the sweet and sour sauce in. So this is complete now. The sauce has been cooking there for about 1 or 2 minutes, and the vegetables have still got a crunch in them, but they're cooked, and we're going to add this to our fish and our chicken now. So here we have our deep fried chicken. I'm just going to add my sweet and sour vegetables to that, and we're just going to give that a toss, and we can serve that up with some rice, and that looks and smells delicious. So if you've got any questions or comments or queries, please put them in the comments box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel to be able to see all the new recipes when they're released. And to find out even more, visit my website. And also you can register for a free online cooking class there. And visit me on Facebook and Google+, and check out all my other great recipes on my channel.